February is Black History Month, so as we head beyond the 208, we're taking you up north to Spokane, Washington, where our sister station's photojournalist Nathan Brand dug into the archives to take us back in time to 1981, the year Spokane's first and only black mayor was elected. Here's a story of Mayor James E. Chase.
Right here in the basement of Crim 2, there's a story that hasn't been seen in over 40 years. The tape it lives on is outdated. We don't even have the equipment to bring it to life. But we found someone out in Suncrest who could restore what was lost.
Okay, so that's our test tape.
After a long career in video production, Dan Mortimer closed his studio and moved the equipment into his basement.
So when I moved out here, I had to just decide what to keep and what not to keep. So I decided to keep broadcast stuff, 3/4, 1 inch, stuff like that. So.
Yes, one message is Spokane is a great city, something I've said all the time.
Thanks to Dan, we have video.
Damn.
It's kind of messed up, but it'll do.
There's some color.
171,000 people live in this city, but only 1.6% make up the black population. Yet, on election day, Jim Chase was elected the city's first black mayor. The victory was even a surprise to Chase.
I didn't think I would get 62% of the votes.
This is the story of Spokane's first and only black mayor. He came to Spokane in a boxcar, started out as a shoe shiner, and ended up in the city's highest office.
He never had a high school diploma. He learned because he was a ferocious reader, and that's where he got his knowledge from.
James Everett Chase.
It was just historical, and we welcomed it.
A man who broke barriers as the first black city councilman in 1975, and as an overwhelmingly popular mayor at a time when the Aryan Nation headquarters was just 30 minutes away in North Idaho.
My memories of him is as a young person, another bigger-than-life person in Spokane in the black community.
Maybe it was his tall stature, his magnetic personality, or the fact he married Eleanor Barrow, a renowned civic leader whose father founded Spokane's first black church. Whatever it was, people seemed to gravitate towards Jim Chase.
He was just well known. When he walked into a room, everybody applauded or clapped or talked to him. He just had such a pleasant demeanor.
If ever there were a champion of youth in the Spokane community, it was Jim Chase. With an infectious, happy-go-lucky spirit, Mayor Chase was a strong advocate for children, whether it was lobbying for free swimming in public schools or establishing a youth department for the city of Spokane.
The Youth Commission, one of Chase's crowning achievements, came at the end of his term when his health was failing.
And when he finally was in the hospital, they hooked up the wire for the channel so that he could speak from his hospital bed, and he really gave his heart out to the council.
And a year from now, we will see a big difference in the youth.
And they voted it in.
People didn't know how ill Jim Chase was, so he didn't really get to see a lot of the fruits of his labor.
And I went down to the hospital to see Mayor Chase, and he had just passed. And Eleanor was right beside him, standing there at the bed, and she was talking to him. And it was the most beautiful words I have ever heard about her love for him, what he meant to her.
In 1987, less than a year and a half after he left office, Jim Chase lost his battle with cancer.
I heard the outpouring at his funeral was overwhelming.
Over 1,200 people attended the ceremony. But as the decades passed and new residents moved in, Chase faded into the background of history.
The people that knew him, they're gone too. A lot of them are gone.
How history is remembering him with all these named institutions, what I think is the most valuable is the legacy he has left in people.
You were the first black city councilman. You are the first black mayor. Is there a message behind this?
Yes, one message is Spokane is a great city, something I've said all the time.